Whew. Good morning from Tyler's new car! Yay! So today we are going to see Frozen, which I am super pumped about.
So pumped.
I can't wait. It's gonna be awesome. I've literally been waiting forever to go see this. I just tattooed myself up for this. Wait, there we go. And I'll show you guys that in a little bit. But yes, so we're gonna go watch Frozen and we'll take you guys along with us until the viewing starts. I got this Frozen tattoo out of a cereal box a couple of months ago, and we're gonna go see Frozen today. So I'm about to put it on. So we'll see how this goes. Do you want to see my Frozen tattoo?
Let's see it.
I can't slow it in, like.
It looks so good.
I know,
it looks
right?
like a reindeer and a dude.
It's Finn and Kristoff.
That's what I meant.
It's not as good as I thought it was going to be,
Yeah.
but it is a cereal tattoo, so
Right.
not bad. Yeah, it's a nice shot. We're currently at Phillips Plaza Arena to watch the movie. Everything's pretty much looks closed, even though it's open. It's very interesting.
Yeah, there's some stuff that's open, but some stuff is definitely closed.
Yeah. We're going up the grand staircase again. Okay.
I think we need to go that way.
Yeah, we do need to go that way. I always feel so bad, like going into here in Lennox and having on like my ratty shoes and not nice clothes. I feel like I don't fit in.
You fit in just a bit. The new money power symbol is to walk into fancy places wearing ratty stuff.
Yes.
That way they know that you have money.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like I should dress nicer. I feel like I'm very underdressed for like these luxury stores.
Could be. I think that's very likely.
Very likely.
Let's go likely to not likely. I think that's very likely.
I think so too, babe.
Off the charts.
They have a Legoland here. Sorry, we're walking fast to get to the movie. But Legoland. Maybe you guys can slow it down and watch it in slow motion so you guys can see everything. We're currently power walking. The elevator, or the escalator to get to the movie theater is broken. So we have to walk up the stairs. Get my work. Oh, there's an elevator right there. Okay, we can probably just go like over there. Okay. Oh, we were there last time we were here. Theater 1. Do you remember what seats we're in? Okay. You should be towards the back.
Just set yourself up for your little heart to get broken.
We made it.
Set myself up to change my whole life.
I'm about to recline.
Watching movies about childhood, I never saw anyone who was like my friends growing up. My childhood wonders.
So this young
It's so
girl,
squeaky.
for her sheer determination and will, forms her own truth, and it all culminates in the jamboree.
So we're at the
You
AMC
kinda get to
theaters.
watch everybody fly.
Okay, so we just watched Frozen. I loved it. I thought it was absolutely amazing. I really enjoyed it. I thought the graphics were awesome. Like, the graphics were so good in this movie. We have some questions though, because like it didn't make sense.
Yeah.
First thing is like the little gecko thing. I think his name is Spark.
It was a salamander.
Or salamander, whatever. Like, what was I'm so confused about his entire character and what his purpose is. And okay, so Tyler was just telling me about the salamanders and why he was like he was.
In mythology, they're just like fire salamanders, and you find them in like hot places, and so they thought that they were like they lived in the fire. So you can like find them in different mythology things.
Okay,
living
which
in
makes a lot
fire.
more sense, because I was like, why is he on fire?
Yeah,
Why is
no.
his fire purple?
Yeah, it wasn't a gecko; it was a salamander.
Okay.
And it's a mythology thing.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense then. But like, then he heard why did he hear the noise? And also, he was supposed to be going with Elsa towards the noise, but then he didn't.
Yeah, so I think the thing about that is that like he was one of like the 4 spirits that lived in the north. And so because she was one of the spirits too,
She could hear it.
they were like all tied in through like the spirit realm or whatever. And like they just all live in the north. They're not necessarily like have to follow each other everywhere.
Okay, that makes sense then.
Yeah.
Well, you answered my questions for the most part, but I was also confused why Elsa wasn't at Anna's coronation. Like, why wasn't Elsa at it? I feel like that was really weird.
That's a good question. I don't know that one. I didn't like the movie. I thought it made no sense. The story made no sense.
It didn't make a lot of
why are
sense.
you running around doing all this nonsense?
Yeah.
There was like very few like connections between the first movie and the second movie.
Yes.
They just kind of like, they're like, oh, let's just make up a new story and then let's just go with it.
Yeah.
Which I didn't like. And you need to move your stick. Okay, good deal. She blocks the review mirror on that side. With, so anyway, yeah, I didn't care for the movie at all.
I liked it. There was just a little bit too much singing in this movie. So yeah, did you have any questions besides like the fact that it didn't make sense, like what the whole purpose of it was?
No, I mean, I got it. I just thought it was unnecessary and well, not a huge fan.
I mean, after the first movie and how much I love the first movie, I was really skeptical about this movie. But I will say I really enjoyed it. I really liked the first like 20 minutes of it the most. Like the first 20 minutes was great. And then there was just like, then it got a little weird and started to not make sense.
The other weird thing was that like they had clearly like aged the characters' faces and like made them more grown up or whatever than from the first movie.
I think like just by a couple of years though, like not by a lot.
Yeah. But my question was like, why was this all happening now all of a sudden? Why not right after the first movie?
Yeah.
Why, like, you know.
Which it could also maybe have been the graphics too. Maybe the graphics. Maybe it was just because the graphics looked better.
Could have been, but yeah, they look
from like 5 years ago.
Older.
Yeah.
Than the first movie. It was.
The other thing that was funny was Tyler laughs because I like to go to little kid movies. And so we were in there with a bunch of little kids, and what I found to be funny was like the things that we were laughing at versus the things that like the little kids were laughing at.
Right.
Was pretty interesting. Because we of course like got the adult humor, but the other thing on that note is like how Olaf was always like, oh, I'll understand whenever I'm older, and I was just like, well, I'm older and I don't understand. Like I thought that was weird. I didn't understand Olaf's purpose with like oh, well, I'll understand when I'm older.
I think you could have cut out Olaf and the movie would have been exactly the same.
He wasn't as funny this time.
He served no purpose.
Yeah. He wasn't as good this time as he was in the last movie, which made me sad.
Like, Olaf was the accidental baby of the Frozen movies. And they just kept him around. They didn't adopt him or anything. Or, you know,
They were
adopt
like,
him off.
you can sit here, I guess. We'll allow it. Yeah, he wasn't as good in this movie. But one thing that I'm interested to see more about is the Soul movie. That's going to be a Disney Pixar movie. That looked like it was going to be very interesting. So I'm curious as to like how that movie is going to fit into the Pixar theory. And
I think it's their afterlife.
their afterlife.
I think it's gonna be like.
Well, that's kind of what like Coco was about too.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm very curious to see and like to learn more about that movie and see if it is like the after, like what the purpose is of that movie, because it was a very short preview, so we didn't really get a lot of information.
Yeah. Well, to me, it looked like the guy died because he fell down an uncovered manhole.
Yeah.
And then he's talking with other spirits of people who have died about like their purpose and like what they wanted from life.
Yeah, but then like at the end they show him alive again.
Well, but it also doesn't necessarily have to be sequential because it was a trailer.
I don't know. I'll be curious to learn more about that one as time progresses. But yeah, overall, a pretty successful movie outing, I would say. I enjoyed it.
The movie wasn't bad. It just wasn't my thing, and I didn't particularly enjoy it.
Yeah, it could have been better, but it also could have been a lot worse. And I would buy the movie. I will buy the movie when it comes out on DVD. So there you have it, and we'll see you guys next time.